Hello beauties, hello loves. The Army of Light Earth Division, the boots on the ground at Shawna L. Francis. Today is Halloween here in the U.S., October 31st, 2023. Welcome everybody to the weekly briefing. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome to all the new viewers. If you haven't been here before, I'm so glad that you found us and that you're here. We have an incredible community of light workers who are bringing it every day. I'm so happy to be a part of this community, to be a part of this group, to be sharing with this collective. We're doing such great work, team. I just wish I could hug each and every one of you, but I do thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I love you so much. Today, I'm a little more with it than I was last week. Man, but it's still the same kind of feel this week as last week in terms of that bliss, kind of feeling like I'm in la la land. Just this this bedrock of happiness, this peace, this tranquility. I'm also just feeling more free, like this freedom of expression. And I'm just kind of watching myself kind of open up more and be more vulnerable, be more open to love. Open to new experiences, not rushing to judgment. It's really been quite something else. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. So I've kind of entered this groove here with this field, and it's feeling really nice. And it sounds like a lot of you are feeling the same way. You know, these kind of waves of bliss are coming at us. The higher vibrations really taking root. We're really feeling more comfortable in our shoes. It's not feeling quite so scary, quite so unknown, you know, trying to live in the now, live in the moment from this place of love. No fear, only love, and allowing our hearts to lead us every day, our actions, our behaviors, our thoughts, everything that we have, we're trying to bring here, everything that we can bring in terms of love, light, non-judgment. Today, for this weekly briefing, I actually haven't done a lot of channeling this week, but I found a beautiful entry for the book, and this is back from August. It's actually day 5 of the book, so it's been a while since I channeled this, but it's just perfect. It's beautiful, and I think it's just critical to where we all want to be right now as we head into these next phases of the ascension. Again, if you're new here, I'm channeling a book for Melchizedek, and I've got about 31 days of channeling sessions with them toward this book. It's really going to be focused, well, it's focused on all kinds of things, but the crux of this is to be helping to explain to a wider audience what's going on with the negative reptilian influence here. The negative reptilian influence here. And it's been just such an incredible journey the last couple of years, really getting to know what's really going on here on a deeper level, directly from our guides. Also, I've been reading a lot and putting the pieces together for myself mentally, but also just really having this knowing that's coming from deep within, that's bubbling up, and a level of comfort with this topic that I feel is critical really for heading into this space where, in a very public way, coming forward with this. So this channeling that I want to talk through today, I want to read to you for the book, talks a lot about universal acceptance. Knowing that this is all an illusion, that we are all in lesson, every single person on this planet. And Melchizedek talks about how this is Earth School, and we all enter this school at different levels, and we've all come to learn different lessons. But this is really the crux of why we're here. It's to learn these lessons, to balance karma, also to have these experiences. But team, it's so critical that you start really acting like you know it's an illusion, not just understanding it as a concept, but living this every day, knowing that this is an illusion. Oh my gosh. So like 4 days ago, Quick little story before I get into this channeling. I have a new little Sony speaker, a little portable Bluetooth speaker, and I just brought it with me for the first time when I got to Mexico. So, and I bring it to my car. My radio's not working in my Jeep, so I have this thing in my car, and I'm taking it back and forth whenever I drive. I grab this little radio. Well, I got home and I didn't have the radio with me that I remembered, but I couldn't find this Bluetooth speaker anywhere. I looked high and low, upstairs, downstairs. I grabbed my keys, went back down to my car, looked for this speaker, came back up, and probably the third time looking around, I kind of come back and go by my desk behind my laptop, and in plain view, after 7 or 8 minutes of looking, here is the speaker sitting there right on the table. I would have seen it. I freaked out. I'm like, who's messing with me? What is going on here? I'm kind of laughing, but I was kind of frantic, like, what happened to my speaker? And Melchizedek came in right away and just said, Shawna, it's just us. Relax. We're just helping you in a fun way. Remember what this is, who and what you are, and what this is, being the illusion that it is. And they had said that they had played a mind trick with me. So the speaker was always there, but whatever they did not allow me to see the speaker. And they're just trying to get across the point that this is a pliable reality. And when the synchronicities start happening in your lives, and the people come in and out of your lives that have meaning, and things happen that you can't explain, the synchronicities, the divinity, you really start to realize, yeah, this is plastic. This is highly dynamic. We are manifesting this reality. We are creating this. But then also, the idea that there are guides like Melchizedek who have such power as to stop me from seeing this speaker over here. But, and they're also just like, let's not take things so serious. Let's not take things so serious. This is an illusion. You're here in lesson. And so coming back to this book channeling, it fit perfectly with this story. So that happened this week. How's everybody doing this week? Let everybody know in the comments how you're doing. Let's make sure we're sharing. And, if you're a little nervous to share, that's fine. But you are in a safe space here, and there's so much love. This is a beautiful community. And, if you need support, if you need somebody like me, to bounce ideas off of, you're worried about your mission, or you're wondering about this, that, or another thing, please hit me up on my website, shawnalfrancis.com/contact will get you to my contact page. Reach out to me, and we shall, I'll set up a Zoom call with you. I'd love to do that. And also real quick, I want to thank everybody for the donations that came in last week. I've got some recurring donations that come in. I'm so appreciative of that. And the donations through YouTube. Mwah! Thank you, team, so much for those. Okay, the book. Universal Acceptance. Here's Melchizedek. We reconstruct some scenarios for you that may make more sense. Should you take the approach that things are not always as they seem? Imagine, if you will, a carefully crafted reality where every detail has been attended to in order to help ensure that you don't recognize the facade for what it is. All right, team. And so Melchizedek has used facade many times. A few weeks ago, that hard-hitting language around the negative reptilian influence, they were not mincing words here. This is the same idea. It's a kind of a follow-on to that. Imagine, if you will, a carefully crafted reality where every detail has been attended to in order to help ensure that you don't recognize the facade for what it is. And then they continue here. Nearly everyone can relate to tricks of the mind, whereby what's presented before you seems so obvious and so normal that your mind is comfortable making huge assumptions and generalizations of what is before it. No part of the brain is triggered, and it doesn't see a need to scrutinize the situation any further. It takes the situation at face value and moves on to other things, only to find out later that what you thought you saw, what you thought that you saw, what you imagined that you experienced was not at all the reality of the situation. And in most cases, events such as these don't have major impacts on your life. In fact, you may have a chuckle about whatever happened with a shrug of the shoulders. You weren't prepared to question your reality in those moments. It never occurred to you that what you were observing may not have been the ultimate truth of any given situation. We hope that with this text, that the reader feels empowered to look a little deeper, with a bit more scrutiny at what is occurring around them, not to always take things at face value. This is part of the awakening process, and it's a part of you knowing more fully who and what you are in truth. You don't have to play the victim in these situations. You don't have to carry yourselves in fear. This, my friends, is about empowerment. It's about discernment. It's about expanding your consciousness. And somehow they said through all of this, it's about having a deep connection to unconditional love and the power of forces beyond what you've perceived thus far. It's also about discovery, you being pioneers, blazing a new trail for those who choose to follow in your footsteps. Yeah, this is also a major tenet of what we're doing here as a collective, blazing a trail for those who may choose to follow behind us. And remember, team, also from late last year with Melchizedek, talking about the diverging paths that the people on Earth are taking, these kind of swim lanes that are starting to become more prominent, more pronounced, whereas, it's almost going to seem like there's two Earths happening right now simultaneously. This path of love and light and universal acceptance and unity, and this other path kind of deeper into density, deeper into fear, deeper into the illusion. And that eventually moving between the two is going to be more and more difficult. So again, we've got lots of time here still to blaze this trail, to make sure that people who want to choose this path can do it a lot more easily than we're doing it at this time. All right. And they continue here. And in some ways, it's about removing your masks. You as an individual singularity, having this temporary human experience, and then also collectively for the human species. In this case, the mask is representing an aspect of the facade that you yourselves help create and perpetuate through unconscious beliefs, systems, and behaviors. That's a mouthful. The mask represents an aspect of the facade that we ourselves perpetuate through our own unconscious belief systems and behaviors. All right. Melchizedek has always said we are in accord with what's going on here. We may see things that appall us and that we don't agree with, but on some level, collectively, as a race, we're in accord with whatever's going on here. And a lot of this isn't conscious. Here's the facade they're trying to illuminate us to, the facade of what's going on here. Us not scrutinizing, us not using our discernment. Here's an opportunity really to raise the consciousness around what this really is, and to not only know this deeply, but to act in accordance with that knowledge. All right. They say here, trust us when we say you have all the tools necessary to successfully remove the masks as individuals and as a collective, and to experience a freedom that will change your lives forever. In fact, each of you who find yourselves interacting with this text on both intellectual and spiritual levels could be considered the sentinels for this version of reality. So again, think about the book reaching a wider audience and even just our collective here, bringing this to light. We could be considered sentinels for this version of reality. pretty cool. That being said, they said, these truths will encounter much resistance on a worldwide scale, and you can imagine why. Yeah. They say here, resist the urge to hold your fellow humans who would never accept such things as possibilities in contempt. Please resist the urge to feel sorry for those who will never encounter this information. And certainly, please do not judge others who may judge you on this path. It's the concept of universal acceptance. It's the concept of universal acceptance, whereby life is not viewed as a constant stream of struggles, a constant fight, or a need to control aspects of reality that shouldn't be controlled by you. I feel like these few sentences here are so critical. It's like, guys, listen to this part again. This is critical to us getting where we need to be, Universal acceptance. Resist the urge to hold your fellow humans in contempt who aren't going to believe any word of this. Don't feel sorry for the folks who will never encounter this information. That's low vibration. And don't judge others who are going to judge you for being on this path. I think there's a much larger conversation around not caring what other people think. Actually, I would up-level that, and I'd say it's not about not caring what other people think. It's about loving everybody's opinions, loving everybody no matter where they're at, and releasing the need to have people validate you, validate your belief systems, agree with you, understand you, releasing all of that need. Those are all constructs of the ego. So I don't know that it's so much about not caring what other people think about you, but it's more about this universal acceptance of everybody's opinions and where everybody's at on their journeys and why they've come here to learn what they've come here to learn. It's really not our business, and we do what we do as beacons. We're not proselytizing. We are not getting up on a soapbox. We're not trying to convince other people about the ascension or about the negative reptilians or about love and light or any of this. It is, it's us knowing our truth, knowing who and what we are in truth, but also as important, we're knowing everybody else who they are in truth. This is the crux of freedom. This is really what it means to be free, and letting go of, all those egoic constructs that keep us in low vibration, judgment, worry, anxiety. What are people going to say? What is my family going to do when they find out I'm watching Shawna L. Francis? And I believe these things, or these are resonating with me. Really, these aren't the big worries here. It's about really just embodying this love and light and living it, just living it. All right, we've got quite a bit more to go here. I'm going to keep on it. In fact, they said, you move more into a space of peace with recognition that every person who walks upon this planet is in lesson. Everyone here has chosen a particular journey and a set of experiences that will help its soul evolve in unique ways that are vastly different from your individual choices. Gosh, guys, if half the world knew about this and really lived it, this would be unrecognizable, what we've got going on Earth right now. They said here, it's the universal acceptance that everyone is exactly where they need to be in this great school that is human life, and everyone enters the school at different levels. With this universal acceptance comes a reverence and even a respect for all of life and all choices that were made at the individual level. The irony, they said, of this approach is that in reality, it's a universal acceptance of you, your choices, your experiences, your lessons. And this is a foundational universal acceptance for those outside of your individuation. Okay, we're all one. Everything is one. We have this unity that we don't understand. So when we judge others, we're judging ourselves in actuality. So we're, if you had just complete and utter unconditional acceptance, universal acceptance for all you are, all you've done, all, anything that you feel like, you might be ashamed of. Imagine you just wipe that slate clean. You're like, I'm in lesson. I'm doing the best I can here. Once you understand that about yourself and you're loving yourself unconditionally, that allows you to do that for others. And when you do that for others, it allows them to do that for themselves. It's just this beautiful knock-on effect with this love and this acceptance. And this is real and it's powerful. They said here, when you find yourself regarding another in judgment, realize, friends, that this is self-judgment. Those who find themselves in this space with us may be interested to know, that is to say, understand at a deeper level, the universal truth that all are indeed one. It's only the illusion of separateness here at this level of existence that keeps you locked into this mindset. The illusion that you are all separate allows for a robust and enriching school-like atmosphere. This in turn allows for complex and permanent key learnings that lead one up an evolutionary ladder. This is Earth School, and each of you are students here in more ways than one. All right, last paragraph. We would like to allow the nature of this Earth School to be present for each and every one of you at a raised level of consciousness. This awareness may help set the stage for universal acceptance. For those of you who feel ready to renew themselves through this shared construct of reality, we as Melchizedek are at your service. Let us begin this journey together in earnest. And they said, stop now, please. All right, team. So that was 893 words. The book, day 5. So an earlier section of the book, really setting the foundation for, understanding this reality at a deeper level. This kind of understanding really, I'm talking about not only understanding it as a concept, but really living it. This is the only way this whole idea of this facade, this illusion, the negative reptilian aspect of our existence, that's the only way that we can approach this information. It's understanding that everything is energy, that we are all one with this energy. We're all made from the same stuff, doing the best we can here in lesson. All right. I think that's really everything I wanted to cover today. That's a lot. There's a lot there. Let me know what you think, if that's resonating. Okay, well, I love you guys. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all your love, support, your incredible comments, your show of support and love for myself, for everybody on this team. We are stellar. We are rocking this. And I love you guys. I love you so much. And I will see you all next week. Mwah.